This is Stephen Witkowski from Christian Music Network, and we're here with Yvonne Hartman. So how are you doing, Yvonne?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Good. So tell me about yourself.
My name is Yvonne Hartman. I'm a singer-songwriter and recording artist from the Reading, PA area. We moved about a year ago, a little over a year ago, from Oley. I used to be based in Oley, and now I'm a lot closer to Reading. And I've been doing my music ministry since 2006. And I think my count right now is 84 songs that I've written. I
Wow.
have 3 new songs that are coming out. I have one coming out on Friday. That's called When
Awesome.
Your Love Came Down, and I'll be singing that tonight. And
Wonderful.
also, I have 2 more that were co-written by some fellow songwriters in a group called Song Chasers. And I'll be doing those tonight. And they're kind of in the studio getting ready to be done and released. So a bunch of new songs coming up.
Oh, wonderful. So how did you get into music?
How did I get into music? Well, I didn't play guitar until later in life.
Okay.
And that kind of came about when the church that I was going to, I was doing special music, and I would always buy the recorded background tracks.
Right, yes.
And it was a rather conservative church, so some of the songs that I wanted to sing, they didn't want me to do because it had too much drums in it. And they said, well, if you had live music, then it would be fine, but there's too much drums in that song. So basically, I picked up the guitar so I could accompany myself and sing in church. So that's kind of how it started. And so we had left that church. We moved to Oley, and that church was pretty far away. So we were finding another church, and I was getting more and more into contemporary Christian music, and I connected with some people and started singing out, and my ministry was born. So that was in about 2006, and I started writing my own music in 2007. So I never really thought that I would do that, but here I am 84 songs later, and I'm writing my own music. So
yeah, that's a pretty much of an accomplishment for you. Yeah. So what's your first song that you were going to share?
I'm gonna do the one that's releasing on Friday. It actually played on Christian Mix 106 as a debut yesterday.
Oh, wonderful.
I understand Note Spire Radio has it locked and loaded. I'm not sure when they're going to start playing it. And I did send it out to some other radio stations that are playing my music as well. So catch your favorite Christian radio station, except for those like big name ones like Word and K-Love. I'm not on those, Air One. But otherwise, you can check out some of those internet radio stations, and I'm on about 5 or 6 of them. So this is called When Your Love Came Down. I'm so discouraged, I would be lying if I said that I'm okay. Put a smile on my face, I work hard, I'm really trying to be something more, show what I stand for, but the world has got me down. I need you to show me your love can conquer all. I will not fall down. I'm stronger than I'll ever know. 'Cause I was chosen to bear a crown when your love came down. You chose me before I knew it, all a part of your master plan. Through the trials, I feel your spirit. I'm stronger so I can fight again. When the world has got me down, I need you to show me your love can conquer all. I will not fall down. I'm stronger than I'll ever know, 'cause I was chosen I can do all things through Christ, the one who gives me strength. You have won the fight, my only defense. 'Cause your love can conquer all. I will not fall down. I'm stronger than I'll ever know, 'cause I was chosen to wear a crown when your love came down. 'Cause your love can conquer all. I will not fall down. I'm stronger than I'll ever know, 'cause I was chosen to wear a crown. Your love came down. When your love came down. When your love came down.
Great. So how did your song come about?
Well, that song I wrote on a Friday night when I was home alone. My husband had a meeting, so he wasn't home, and my daughter was out with her boyfriend. So I was home alone. And of course, during COVID, not much to do. So I decided to sit down and try and write a song. I hadn't written one in a while. And I was kind of concerned that I was kind of all dried up, like I had nothing to write about. And I was pretty discouraged. I was discouraged in my ministry. When COVID hit, all of my concerts got canceled,
Right.
and they've been pretty few and far between. Here and there, I get to do a couple of in-person concerts. I did a bunch of Facebook Lives in the beginning, but I kind of fell out of doing that. And I was just feeling pretty discouraged in my ministry. And so this is the song that came out of it.
Cool.
No,
Awesome.
that's kind of how it starts out with, I'm so discouraged, I would be lying if I said that I'm okay, put a smile on my face. You always try and show your best thing, and you put onto Facebook your best foot, your best foot forward, and just pretend that everyth's okay, and sometimes it's not. So
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, how many people, go to church, with smiles on their faces, and their hearts are really empty,
Yep.
I mean,
They're going through something really rough, and they don't tell
exactly.
anybody about it.
Right. Exactly.
Casting Crowns had that
And
song called Stained Glass Masquerade. That's what it's all about. We all go to church and we put on our smile.
right. Yep.
We're okay.
Yep. Great. Yeah. So, what's your next song?
The next song I'm going to sing is called The Moment I'm In. And
Okay.
this is a song that I wrote with a co-writer called, his name is Jesse Jones, goes by Jesse J.
Okay.
And we've been doing a couple of co-writes. We're actually scheduled to do another co-write tomorrow night.
Cool.
We do it all over the internet, so it's pretty cool. He lives in Nashville, and I met him through a Song Chasers group, which is a songwriting group that I'm a member of. And we sat down and we wrote this song in a couple of different sessions, and it is currently in with my producer being produced, and he's supposed to have that back to me in the next day or two. So then I'll have to sing the lead vocals, and then he'll put some background vocals on it, and then it'll be ready for release. So it shouldn't be too long, probably another month after this one. On Friday is When Your Love Came Down is coming out on Friday. So if you want to hear the produced version, you can go and pre-save it at your favorite digital store, or wait till Friday. It becomes available at midnight, and you can add it to your Spotify or download it from iTunes or whatever. So I'd really appreciate if you do that, because that helps me out a little bit. But this song is called When the Moment I'm In. And this came out of a sermon that my pastor did. And he said, don't let the moment that you're in pause the mission that you're on. And that's kind of the basis for this whole song.
Okay.
So this is another one of those, hey, the moment I'm in is not going to stop my mission. So it's kind of the same theme that the other song was,
right.
But it's a really cool song. And if you listen to like the last line of the chorus, has a little bit of Brown Eyed Girl feel to it.
Okay,
This is called The Moment I'm In.
cool.
One of those days when nothing's okay and it seems like I'm falling apart. Nothing goes right, I'm losing the fight. It's a day that I'd like to restart. I feel like I'm losing my way. The moment I'm in, I'm ready to quit. It won't stop the mission I'm on. I'll follow his call. He won't let me fall. When God tells me go, I must go. To reach every soul. Be sure that they're told. You could never be too far from his love. That's the moment I'm in. The whole world is watching to see what I'm doing. It's easy to stumble and fall. Too many things staining my dreams. It's surprising I'm sleeping at all. I feel like I'm losing my way. The moment I'm in, I'm ready to quit. It won't stop the mission I'm on. I'll follow his call. It won't let me fall. God tells me go, I must go. To reach every soul. Be sure that they're told. You could never be too far from his love. And that's the moment I'm in. God can change the worst times to the very best. Turn the pain into joy and give you rest. The moment I'm in, I'm ready to quit. It won't stop the mission I'm on. I'll follow his call. He won't let me fall. God tells me go, I must go. Reach every soul. Be sure that they're told. You could never be too far from his love. The moment I'm in, I'm ready to quit. It won't stop the mission I'm on. I'll follow his call. He won't let me fall. God tells me go, I must go. To reach every soul. Be sure that they're told. You could never be too far from his love. That's the moment I'm in. That's the moment I'm in. That's the moment I'm in.
Awesome. Cool. Cool. So was your next song?
My next song is called Faith Like That.
Okay,
And
cool.
I wrote this,
Cool.
So I wrote this with another songwriter called, her name is Sarah Betterani. And she actually doesn't live that far from me. She lives in North Wales, PA.
Okay,
And we are actually in the same Song Chasers group. And we
cool.
are driving down to Nashville together in March to attend a songwriting event for Song Chasers. So this song is all about having faith, like some of those great people in the Bible, like Abraham and Noah. You know, they had such faith in God. We did a sermon series at church about all of the there's like women in the Bible with, you know, in Jesus's line, you know, that take him up to, you know, the line of David and everything. But he talked about like a lot of those women that they were so bold and everything. So it kind of goes along with this theme. And the other thing, like there's kind of two Bible, like I guess kind of 4 Bible stories in this song. The first one is the woman that was bleeding for 12 years. And, you know, she didn't want to bother him. She just thought, well, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, I'll be healed.
Sure.
You know, and she had such faith that she would be healed if she just touched the hem of his robe. And she was, because of her faith. And the other story that's in here is the Roman who had a servant that was sick and dying, and he asked Christ to heal him. And he said, you don't even have to come. You just say the word, and I know that my servant will be healed. You know, which is pretty powerful. You know, that's amazing that a Roman, he's not even a Jew, you know, that he would say, you know, like, hey, I know that you have the power. All you got to do is say the word and my servant will be healed. And he was healed. You know, Abraham, he had faith that, you know, that Isaac would not have to be sacrificed when he took him. You know, God told him to go into the wilderness with Isaac, and he told him to sacrifice his son, and he was about ready to do it. And God said, whoa, okay, I get it. You're faithful. Now go get that ram and sacrifice that instead. You know, so how many of us would be that faithful to God to actually be willing to sacrifice our son? I don't know that I could do that.
Right.
You know, and the other thing is Noah. You know, Noah built an ark. Took 120 years to build that ark, when not a drop of rain have ever fallen from the sky. It was watered from the earth below before that. Yeah. And he had faith that, you know, God told him that there was going to be a flood. He probably didn't even know what a flood was.
Right. Yeah.
Built that ark, you know, in faith. So that's what this whole song is about. It's about, you know, having faith like that.
Yep. Amen.
She didn't want the fanfare, she didn't want to sing. If she could only touch his hem, then she would be made clean. She didn't doubt his goodness, trusted in his power, bravely reached her hand out through the crowd. Lord, give me faith, like Abraham, ready to sacrifice it all, like Noah, before he saw a raindrop fall, to walk into the unknown. When I hear you call, I wanna have faith like that. Give me that, give me that, give me a faith like that. The servant wasn't well, he told Christ not to come. Just say the word Jesus, and healing will be done. The Roman's faith was greater than many he had seen. The servant was healed 'cause he believed. Lord, give me faith, like Abraham, ready to sacrifice it all, like Noah, before he saw a raindrop fall, to walk into the unknown. When I hear you call, I wanna have faith like that. Give me that, give me that, give me a faith like that. Lord, I'm crying out, help my unbelief, free me from all doubt, help me believe, like Abraham, ready to sacrifice it all, like Noah, before he saw a raindrop fall, to walk into the unknown. When I hear you call, I wanna have faith like that, like Abraham, ready to sacrifice it all, like Noah, before he saw a raindrop fall, to walk into the unknown. When I hear you call, I wanna have faith like that. Give me that, give me that, give me a faith like that. I wanna have
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, on our Bible study, we were talking about Cornelius, who was also a Roman guard who was basically was a commander, of all these other troops who have faith in God, and whole family believed in God,
Right.
and God answered his prayer and sent Peter to preach to him and his family. Pretty awesome,
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So
It's
yeah.
cool.
So where can we get your music?
What's that?
Where can we get your
Oh, well,
music?
you can listen to my music on my website, YvonneHartman.com. And I'll
Okay.
spell that because I know it's probably hard for some. www.YvonneHartman.com. Off of there are some links on there for Reverb Nation. You can listen to my music on there. You can listen on Spotify. There is a link to Spotify on there. You can go to Spotify and search for me as an artist, Yvonne Hartman, and you should be able to see all my music on there. iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, Deezer, Tidal, TikTok, you name it, it's probably on there. So these two songs that I just sang are not there yet. The first one is going to be there on Friday.
Cool. And on your website is where they can contact you too.
Yes. It's Yvonne at YvonneHartman.com. It's pretty easy. Send me
Cool,
an email. My phone number is on there too if you want to call that.
Awesome. So what are your concerts like when you do play out?
When I usually perform out, I would usually do probably about half originals and half covers. Typically, it depends on how long the concert is and kind of what the venue is. Sometimes a lot of people like to hear cover songs that they know if they don't know you as an artist. So as an indie artist, if I'm going to a venue that I might not have ever been before, I won't sing my, all my music, or else you'll sing all songs that people don't know. People like to hear a song that they know every once in a while. So I do a lot of cover songs, and they're mostly CCM songs. I do Rise Up from Kane, and that I just released in January, a cover of that. That's the first cover I ever released. So, and that was kind of because I didn't write any songs, and I was like, how about if we do a cover? We need to release something.
Right.
So I've been releasing stuff pretty regularly. I have probably, I think, at least 12 songs now, I believe I have, even without these two new ones that aren't done yet. So I was thinking about having a CD release party pretty soon, and providing all of the new songs on a CD. That includes Walking on Water, God's Got You, Light Up the World, We Are Due. I can't think of all of them, but it has all of my new songs. The first one that I wrote during COVID was called God's Got You. I call that my pandemic song. And it's kind of all talks about the world's crazy, shutting down. And,
right.
You don't know what to do. God's got you. You got this because God's got you. That's basically the whole gist of the song. So that's on the new CD as well. So yeah, I guess that's, I would either take my sound system myself, or the church or wherever the venue I'm going might have a sound system there, and I would use theirs. But typically, I can provide all of the stuff that I need for a concert. And my husband usually runs my board. I have a digital board that he runs on a tablet. And I guess that's about it. Not really much to it.
Cool. So what's ahead for you? Do you have any upcoming events?
I have the concert in March, or not the concert, the trip in March.
Okay.
And while I am in Nashville, I actually have I'm scheduled at an open mic at the Commodore Grill in Nashville,
Okay.
which is a secular venue. And I actually played there last year when I went to Nashville. And so the girl had given me her card, and I called her up and I'm like, hey, I'm coming to Nashville again. I was wondering if you had any openings for this night. And she put me and my friend that lives in Nashville, she had come with me to the open mic the last time. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, can we both sign up for the open mic? So we'll be there
Cool.
on March 23rd at the Commodore Grill. If you happen to be in the Nashville area, come out at 6:00. I think it starts at 6:00. I'm supposed to be there earlier, but I think the
Okay.
open mic starts at 6:00, and I think we're on first. So if you're in the Nashville area, come on out. After that, I have, I'm trying to think, my calendar is on my phone, which is actually doing a Facebook Live right now.
Okay.
After that, I have 4th Street Cafe out in Columbia, PA. I'll be
Okay.
out there. You can find my schedule on my website. So if I don't get things right, you can always check there and always check back often because I'm scheduling new stuff. I will be at Karen's Place coming up
Okay.
in June, I believe. So that one's not really on the calendar yet, but it will be hopefully shortly in the next few weeks. That'll be solidified. And I'm trying to think of what else. I can't remember what else is on my calendar.
Okay.
I'm going to have to check my website.
Cool. So do you have any advice for other musicians?
Yeah, I would say persistence is a really good thing to have in this business. Keep at it, keep honing your craft, get better at the instrument that you play, get better at songwriting, always seek to do better. If you are a songwriter, I would recommend that you find other musicians to co-write with. And these days, that has become so easy with the internet. You can do a Facebook video chat, which I've done a couple of those. And you can do Zoom, although Zoom only limits you to 40 minutes unless you have a paid account. So that kind of makes it a little bit hard because it cuts down your time.
Sure.
I use a program called Signal.
Okay.
Me and Jesse wrote over a thing called Signal. So we did that. And we also use Session Studio. It used to be called Audily or something like that. And now I just kind of joined it right at the end, and they just transferred over to Session Studio, where you can put in splits, and you can put in credits, and you can put your lyrics in there. You can upload like rough tracks and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So there's a lot of, sources out there that you can use for help. If you want to learn stuff, go to YouTube, and Google it. And there's a lot of YouTube videos on, playing better guitar or vocal coaching and stuff like that. Go out there and try and get better at your craft. I look over the years that I've been doing it, and I've always strived to get better. I look at the songs that I wrote in the beginning. I'm like, I won't even sell anymore because they're just not really that good. So you kind of like you start off with really basic songs, and
Sure.
you kind of get better as you go. And I think it really helps to co-write with other people because like it really helps you to hone your songwriting craft, and working with others, it helps that. I would say like kind of a pivotal point in my ministry was going to a songwriting workshop at Full Circle Music back in 2017. And it was a small, intimate group. We had 14 attendees, and they split us up into a couple of different groups. And each group got to write with a professional songwriter. And we had 3 sessions with 3 different professional songwriters. They would kind of rotate you around. And then you had a 4th session as a peer co-write, and you just wrote with other attendees. And that kind of, I think, really was pivotal for my ministry and for my songwriting. My songwriting really kind of leaps and bounds after I went to that workshop. So there's stuff out there that you can attend. A lot of times that stuff does cost money. So, if you can't afford it, you can't do it. But if you can, I think they're very worthwhile. You have to find a good one that's worthwhile. And that one
Sure.
was worthwhile. So that's kind of the same thing that I'm going to. Full Circle Music runs the Song Chasers group, and they're doing another event in March that I'm going down for. So it'll be a little bit similar, but I think there's going to be a lot more attendees at this one. It's not going to be as small and intimate as the last one that I went to. So, but that would be the one thing, keep honing your craft and persevere. I guess the other thing that my personal belief is that you really can't make music very well. Like, to make a living, it's very difficult. Very few musicians, make a living doing music, unless they're getting paid to sing, cover songs in a bar.
Sure.
They can maybe do it then. But if you're doing a ministry, if you're doing a Christian music ministry, it's not about the money that we make. It's about all for God's glory. So, I have a day job and I do my music on the side. And, I think that's a good piece of advice, is to, make sure that you can pay for your expenses, pay for your living first. And you can, typically you can find enough time on the side to do music, and, I'm like what they call a weekend warrior. I have a 9-to-5 job during the week.
Sure.
And, go out on weekends and do concerts. So, I've made it work over the last, 14 or 15 years. So
Right.
it can be done.
Oh,
And I really think that it's better that way. The other thing that you can do, I pay a producer to produce my songs. So if you listen to my music, they're fully produced songs, and I pay him because I can afford to pay him. Another good thing for a songwriter to do is to learn how to produce on your own. If you can learn how to, there's a lot of stuff out there. There's GarageBand. I use Studio One just because that's what my producer uses. He is not in my location, so we do everything over the internet. So he is, he does all of the instruments and everything, and I do the vocals in my house. So I still have to do part of the recording that gets on the song eventually. So, I had to invest in some nice recording equipment so that I could do that stuff myself and then pass him the songs for him to mix it and master it and everything. So, but I've started to play with doing some of the stuff on my own. So, that's an important thing. That really cuts down your costs because the production costs are very expensive. Depending on what producer you go to, a lot of times you get what you're paid for. Sometimes you get a good deal for what you pay for. And I feel like, the guy that I go to is giving me a pretty good deal. And there's not too many other producers that I can find out there that would do it for the price that I'm paying. But you have to do what works for you and what's best for you and what you can afford. So if you can learn to do that stuff on your own, it's gonna cut down those recording costs, and it saves you a ton of money. I know there's a guy in the group, his name is Brian Bolivar, and he does producing for other artists as well, but he cranks out songs like crazy because he's producing them all himself. So it doesn't really cost him that much, to produce the songs. And he's writing like crazy, and he releases a song a month or something like that, or even more than that. It's crazy. Yeah, he's releasing a lot of songs, but that's because he has the know-how to do that production, and he's not paying somebody else to do it. So the less you can pay to have your song done, the more you make, when you sell a CD or streaming on Spotify does not make anyone rich. So the money's just not there. So I think where you make money as an artist is performing out and getting paid to perform out. So that's where you make your most money. But so if that's what you're after, it's very difficult to just make it as a songwriter, unless the other thing that you can do is sell your songs to others. And if you can do that, then sometimes you can make some money doing that. So if you're looking to make money doing music, which I'm not really. So anyway.
Okay, go. Well, I'd like to thank you for coming on. It was my pleasure. Any last words?
No, I don't think so. Thank you
All
for
right.
having me. This has been a blessing, and I hope that it's been a blessing to you and also to your audience. And
Certainly.
I hope that God is glorified through everything.
Yep. Well, God bless you, and good night.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Okay, bye.